Alright guys, I think I figured it out. Sorry about that, those of you that are joining in on the second video. I'll leave the first one up, just so you can see what we did. We basically just walked through Coastal Highway, silently, apparently. Um, sorry about that. We'll see if we can get, this movie now. What we have walked through so far, if you don't want to watch that last 5-minute video, which I don't blame you for, is we just walked through Coastal Highway. We're going to go get the coastal fish cakes now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. There was a little bit of a settings faux pas on OBS. I switched around some software things so that when I record, my audio and my video are on different tracks so that I can actually manually increase or decrease the volume in certain areas just to make your listening experience a little bit nicer, hopefully. Um, but we'll see what we find out. Um, we're gonna stop in here at Quonset Hut and see what we can find. But also let me know if you do hear me, please. Oh, so okay, great. You can hear me. Fantastic. Yes, fish cakes is where we're going. So, the other thing I wanted to take out of here was some of this stuff with us. So we will... God, we have a lot of food here. Okay. We were hoarding things here. So we found some flour, we found some oil. Those are good things. Some oats. So we haven't been here since the updates. We may have some new stuff here. We have a bunch of shell casings, which I will actually take now, since we might actually go to Blackrock again, because there is a handgun. I almost said hand cannon, because I've been playing Destiny again. Handgun there. So the intro at the beginning of the video, I told you guys a little bit about what's been going on for me. We have pretty exciting news coming up. I'll be able to drop it to you guys on Saturday, once I know for sure that it's happening. But that's going to be really exciting. Between planning for that and the new job at work, you know, the new position that I've been moved up into, my bandwidth has been a little bit tapped, so I haven't been especially excited, I would say, about doing extra talking. So my new job is a negotiations position where I am actually on the phone pretty frequently. Between that and actually working, my bandwidth has been a little bit tapped. So I appreciate you guys. I know you guys are always very patient with that. But the cooked food disappearing, I know that it has a very short regen time. So like once you like make sure that if you cook food that you need to eat it right away because it decays really quickly. And I would imagine if it's in a container of any kind, it would decay and then break. We have stuff everywhere here. Okay, this is a nice little hideout for us. We'll come back here and loot this a little bit better. I do want to drop some stuff out of my inventory so we can go get some fish cakes. We have plenty of lantern fuel. We're going to drop this one, and we'll use the one that has more in it. I want the jerry can that's in better condition. We're going to keep them. We're going to leave them both here for now. But we have 3 can openers. Okay. We do need to repair our bedroll soon. There we go. But I did know that at one point there was a glitch apparently as well where cooked potatoes and some other cooked vegetables would actually disappear out of your inventory, and I think they did fix that. That was something they fixed a couple patches ago, at least on PC. So hopefully that shouldn't be an issue for you anymore. We're a little bit wet from walking in the snow. We need to make some water. What time is it? Midday. I still think we go and get our fish cakes. Let's start a fire real quick. And we'll make the water that we need for that trip. Getting to the lighthouse at Desolation Point is not far from here. Sure. We'll throw this. We have enough coal. Why not? Be a little wasteful. Okay. I might have some pre-made water. Hold on. Oh, we do. Okay. Alright, well, we will just take this for now. This is why I typically leave water all over my bases. Oh, we have soda, too. Okay. Oh, this is good. The only thing we don't have is... Oh, we do have one pinnacle peach. And some syrup. Awesome. So we can make pancakes. Cool. MRA. Eat some of this stuff now. I'm sure we didn't maybe have... I think we did our level 5 cooking here. I don't know. No, we didn't! So maybe some of this food was stuff we couldn't eat before. Alright, let's leave our ingredients here. They are heavy. Yes, okay. Great. We can find some ptarmigan. Or any kind of protein, we can make some protein cakes. Is there anything endless? I don't know. We're going to take Barb's rifle back with us because I do want to have as many of those rifles in one place as I can. So I can play around with them and see which one I like the best. I have Curator's rifle that I'm running around with on my single player, which is kind of fun. We don't need all of this stuff, so we'll leave some of it behind for now. And I think we can leave the birch bark here, not that it weighs next to anything. The cattails honestly probably weigh more than the birch bark. I'm gonna hate myself later when I have to pick all those up, but that's okay. Take that. Cloth. Birch sapling. Okay. Cool. There's just stuff everywhere. Oh, I took that one off too soon. Oh well. That's alright. We're gonna lose that second pot, but that's okay. Let it go while we leave. I've heard Curators is best for distance and overall damage, but I think it's one of the heavier ones. Vaughn's rifle is good, in my opinion, because it's lightweight. It needs to be repaired more frequently, but we honestly have so many repair kits that I'm not worried about that right this second. But I think they all have, like, the system was meant to be so they all had their pros and cons. The same thing with all the new hand cannons, revolvers, whatever game you want to call it. Apparently it's very similar there, where it just depends on what you're looking for. I personally don't go hunting moose too often, so Vaughn's rifle is good to scare a bear off or kill a bear, typically. Okay. have out here? Now I'm surprised. Typically I have a mound of meat back here and a bunch of firewood. I must not have done that here. We're going to explore some of these houses and see that there's not some food in these houses, though. That is the one thing I'm interested with the new update. Yeah. So we got a cooking skillet. Those are still empty. Salt. The devs have been sneaky and been hiding stuff on top of refrigerators right there, if you can see my cursor. So be very careful. And they also like to hide stuff in these types of cabinets, these open cabinets. So when you're going back and relooting things, just make sure you look for those items. And we found a skillet as well, so we have a new skillet to play with for over here. We had one, but it's nice to have one with us. That means we'll run across the ice probably when we get back tomorrow as well and check out those houses there. Okay, so we have a potato. And it's okay that the potato's ruined. It'll gain some condition, I think, when we cook with it, but even if it doesn't, we do have level 5 cooking, so. I missed that soda somehow. Okay. Pretty sure that didn't spawn with the update. Any of these houses that have dining rooms too, do check the dining room table, because I think I found some salt or something on the table one time. So, still worth taking a second run through. There we go. I think that's the last cabin that's not burnt down here. Except for these ones down here. Let's check these ones. It's actually a really nice day out. If I wasn't so tired, I would say we could go, but since we walked over here with so much weight on us, yeah, so. Sorry we haven't been able to live stream as much either, guys. I have about 4 playlists going right now. One of them is my solo playlist, and that's really just to give me time to decompress and enjoy the game, because I don't want to get burnout streaming all the time. I know you guys don't want me to get burnout streaming all the time, so. We have a couple events coming up this weekend. I have, this weekend I have a car ride down to Virginia. Oh, there's a carrot. Okay. On Saturday, and that's about a 5-hour drive each way, so I'll be going each way on Saturday to pick something up. That's part of the surprise. And then the following weekend, we actually do have a dog show. For Saturday and Sunday during the day. And then 2 weeks after that, we go back. So the last week in August, we go back down for a dog show as well to Virginia. So we're pretty busy here coming up. Which house on the hill? If it was back there, I didn't check any other houses but these ones yet, but we'll hit them as we come back. Because I know there's one that's like up and down that way, I think. There's a couple, I think, that we'll look for. Because I'm not sure if stuff will spawn in the trailers or not, so we'll just check in everything. See if we find anything. Like, I don't think this Go drink was here before. I probably would have taken it. Huh. Lantern fuel. Or I just missed it. There's lots of stuff in this house. Oh, did I not? I never looted this house. That's why I missed it. Okay. So at this point, we're probably not going to find anything in these cabinets. Never mind. Just keep sticking my foot in my mouth today. I will go back and take a look as soon as I'm done with this one. So in terms of playlists, I get a little bit jumbled on what I've done on each playlist because I have my solo playlist that I play just to decompress, just so I can enjoy the game a little bit. Not that I don't enjoy hanging out with you guys, but sometimes I just need a little bit of me time to sit around and be able to make dumb mistakes and stuff like that. It's also still fun to enjoy the game without needing to talk through it and watch stuff. I typically watch something on my second screen while I play, so something cute. If you guys are if you guys like, Walt Disney World or anything like that, or you're interested in um, how zoos and animals take care, or zoos and aquariums take care of their animals, Disney actually has a series on Disney Plus. It's like, I forget what it's called, but if you look up Animal Kingdom, it'll pop up. But talks about all of the animals they have on Disney property. Um, since I have a medical background, that stuff's really interesting to me. So they tell you how they take care of the animals, all of that really cool stuff that we don't get to see being, kind of a guest. So they show you all the Disney magic stuff that they call it. Um, this one over here looks like it's burnt down, if it's this one you're talking about. We'll come back here and double check. Oh, there's one back here. Okay. So they show you like how they train the animals, how they socialize, stuff like that. So it's a cool time. If you like that kind of stuff, definitely check it out. They're short episodes. They're like, maybe 30, 35-minute episodes. But they're cool. Oh, this one back here. Okay, got it. So I've been watching that while I play, and it's just something different where I can it's like fun poppy music and all that jazz. So, and then I have the beginner playlist that we started. So between all this playlist, just, give me a few minutes in between. Sometimes I need to catch my bearings, and I just, don't get frustrated with me if I'm not quite sure where we left off. I'll generally figure it out. There's nothing in here. Really? Oh, there's oats. Okay. Usually once I figure out what I did last, then we can get back to it. Been trying to do each one of these playlists at least once a week so I remember what's what, but sometimes I just don't remember. So. Okay, that one's looted. We have a pile of goodies here. What did we leave? Looks like clothes. Yeah, all clothes. And a piece of meat. How are our clothes? We were a little bit wet. No, we're good now. Okay, cool. Add that to the pile. Got some wolves to our right. We're just gonna hang close to the edge over here. Coffee, fantastic. We'll probably stream for about a half hour today, and then I gotta do some things and start getting ready for work. You want to be friends with me, really? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wolves in that one spot. It's quite a few. We're not gonna shoot that guy. I don't want to waste the bullet. He's kind of lazily following us at the moment, so. Wouldn't be great if we got attacked, but I think there's a trailer or something right around the corner here typically we can hop into. As long as we can walk and talk with him, we're fine. There's a house right there. Okay. Cool. We'll just go tuck into that house and hide. Got some distance between us, so. There's a dead deer on the ice there. Gotten really lazy lately and have been shooting wolves instead of just dealing with them, so I'm trying to break that habit. In my single player, because I didn't have, a ton of extra ammo, or I'm actually getting a little bit low. I had a choice between killing a bear and killing a moose, and I have 4 rifle shots left for a curator's rifle that I should be able to take the moose down with, but I'm gonna probably have to waste some pistol shots on it too. Not thrilled about it, but I want to drop the moose and pull the hide off before I go off on my next set of adventures on that play. So, but then my wife got home from work yesterday, so I stopped playing. But I've been really lazy and just shooting wolves instead of actually shooing them away. And there's kind of no reason for it, because if I kill it and I'm not staying in the area, it doesn't do me any benefits. So if they're not actively charging at me, I'm trying to get the habit of not shooting them, if we can help it. Alright, there's a book. Nothing, huh? Alright. Oh, more oats. Okay. Nothing there. Those are cups. Nothing on the refrigerator. Okay. And then there was another house right up the way. I'm gonna sleep in that one probably today. We're just gonna shuffle along here and ignore him. There we go. Oh, we had 2 fire logs here. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, Bella. It's nice to see everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Sorry it's been a while. Life's just been hectic. Oh, there's some oil up there. This is what I'm talking about. So they like to put stuff sneakily on top of the refrigerators now. That kind of blended into the wallpaper. Oh, and there's a carrot on the floor. Cool, cool. Take it. And... oh, there's a dead guy. Oh, I remember this house. This guy scared me the first time we came in here. He made me jump. I remember coming around the corner and being like, Jesus, goddamn, wow. Sorry if I offended anybody just now, but oof, it was a little scurry that time. So, we're gonna sleep here tonight. I didn't bring any books with me, so let's see. How does our clothing look? That could stand to be cleaned. We could repair that and break that down. Let's break this down for now. And we'll wait to repair anything until it's less than 85%. Just because it's kind of wasteful if we go this early. What do we have? We can sharpen this. Keep our tools nice and intact. Yeah, so we are heading actually over to Desolation Point to grab the coastal fish cakes recipe. And then we are going to run around, finish looting all of these cabins for cooking stuff. And probably take as much as we can carry back out of coastal. I haven't decided where we want to live yet. Coastal's a nice place to live, but it is kind of boring to watch, I would think. I like coastal for my personal plays the best, because there's fishing, there's an abundance of critters. The only thing that sucks is there's no ptarmigan on coastal, and I want to do some stuff with the ptarmigan down, so that's a little bit limiting, which sucks, but put that in there. That's in good shape. We need a new bear. We need some bear skin. Well, coastal's nice because there's wolves all over the place. So once you get yourself to level 5 cooking, you can literally just walk around, get attacked by a wolf, clock him in the head, and then wait for him to go die and go harvest his body. So you could eat wolf meat. You can wait for the wolves to kill deer. There's rabbits. There's a whole slew of like food items here. Except apparently ptarmigan. There's no ptarmigan. So. And then with the new recipes, all that stuff is kind of heavy. So let's eat this bannock before it goes bad. Eat one, and we'll eat a cattail. Cool, our belly is full. What else can we do to waste some time? We could make one of these. Let's do it. Let's make a ptarmigan down. Have at least one for when we go to Hushed River. What I'm going to do, actually, is look and see if there is a bunker in Coastal. I think there is. There's not. Okay. So there's not one in Coastal for us to go look for. So we need to go find, we found the one in Muskeg when we came back. We went to the one in Mystery Lake. So we'll need to go to Hush River Valley, Mountain Town, Bleak, Black Rock. I think the Timberwolf Mountain one is just the stock one that always spawns. So we should have done that one. And then Ash Canyon and Pleasant Valley. We'll need to head to. I can believe that. Ptarmigan, they're actually, in my opinion, really hard to find because they're white in the snow. They actually camouflage them very well. So unless you're listening, that doesn't surprise me at all. Oh, we had an Aurora. Okay. Let's drink one of these sodas. Made my coffee kind of wake this morning. Kind of gross. Which sucks. Yeah, the preppers cache that we found so far, the two that we found have both been empty, unfortunately, so we have not found the prepper cache recipe yet. So we'll find them at some point, hopefully. And then we haven't done any of the signal void stuff yet on this, except for just the one cache that we found. So we have a good amount of time to still find stuff. Because we don't have any canned corn. I think the Thompson's recipe requires canned corn. We still haven't been to Thompson's Crossing yet since we started back on this playlist after the cooking update. So we have plenty of places to go still. It'll be a good time. So I would like to get as many of the recipes as we can together so we can play around with them. That's the ultimate goal. So we'll go grab the fish cakes now. I don't think we've been to Desolation Point yet. If we have, it was very quickly. I should take the hammer there. Nah, it's fine. We have a hammer back at Quonset Hut. I don't know if Usual is streaming today. I honestly did not look. I didn't get a notice that he was streaming on Discord. If not, maybe we'll go a little bit longer. I typically try to sign off so I can go watch him, but if he doesn't have anything posted, he might be taking the day off. I didn't think I saw a stream live yesterday though, so I hope everything's okay. I know his wife just had surgery a little while ago on her eyes, so. But maybe he just wants to sleep in too. He's been doing a lot recently, so. Could be just taking a mental health day too. That's weird then. I could check Discord later and see if something was canceled or not. But he typically puts it in the general section, if so. So you'd probably look too, Bella, if you wanted to. It could be, because I know, like I said, his wife got one of her eyes done like a week or two ago. I haven't been able to be in a stream in a few days just because it's been hectic for me in the mornings, but. So yeah, he could just be taking care of wifey too then. Gotta take good care of wifey. So.
I'll take it.
Oh, looks like we're buffering. Looks like we were buffering for a second, guys. I'm sorry. It's so strange because my connection's still green, like bright green. Oh, sneaky jerry can.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Oh, that's almost full. Okay. I see you. See you, Hinterlands. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, Bella. I am hardlined on my computer, so I don't really know what that was about. But hopefully it doesn't keep happening. Cool story, man. We may leave that jerry can on the road up here just so that we don't have to carry it with us, because it is pretty heavy. But that is definitely going back with us, because when we go down to the mine, I will leave that so we have enough fuel to last us for a while. Because for some reason jerry cans have a condition on them. Other question for you guys, how's the audio? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? I still don't have a great quality microphone, so that's still going to be a bit limited, but if the game volume's too high, you can let me know at any point. It shouldn't be. Hopefully, I think we found a nice little in-between, but if you need me to do anything, just shout in chat. You need a little bit more or a little bit less of whatever. Okay, cool. It's one of those things I'm like worried about, because stuff like what happened on the first stream happens, and I don't know you guys can't hear me. Because I can't do the playback audio. It throws me off when I'm trying to talk. So I have the reverb audio and stuff turned off. So I can see myself. What was happening in the first stream was my settings, when I updated my settings so that when I record, I can adjust the tracks manually in post. It was showing that I was talking because my mic was being picked up, but it wasn't relaying my audio back to you guys. So that was just a quick setting I had to switch on my end. Yeah, the jerry cans, I don't know if they'll actually like decay, but they do have a condition on them. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter as soon as you empty them, they're gone. I did find out though in my fishing videos that if you have a jerry can with you when you cook your fish, it'll use the jerry can, it'll put the oil in the jerry can instead of putting them in the individual little bottles of lantern fuel. And the jerry can apparently is better weight, like it provides some weight reduction to the oil. So definitely try to keep one. No worries, you didn't miss anything, Pickle. We just looted through some buildings. Um, I found a almost full gallon of lantern fuel, which was nice. And then we were talking about usual, trying to see if he was streaming today. It seems like he's probably not. So we may stream a little bit longer than I thought, just because I'm here and I'm awake. And you guys are here. And if he's not streaming, then might as well give you something to watch. And I'm actually on streaming for once, so make it slightly longer since the first 15 minutes or whatever were silent, apparently. Um, and the next couple weekends, like I explained a little while ago, they're going to be hectic. I have 2 dog shows this month coming up in August, and then they're basically full weekends. I haven't been able to be in a live stream with him for a few days, so that's definitely possible, Pickle. It would not surprise me if he said he would be gone for a bit, because I know wife just had a procedure done, so... ooh, there's a rifle cartridge.
Use this.
Nice. So he probably has some pre-recorded stuff he'll launch from other videos, I'd imagine. I just haven't had time in the morning to join in on the live stream. It's making me kind of sad. And then yesterday I was like, oh, I can watch the live stream, and then there wasn't one, and I was like, oh, okay.
This'll come
So
handy.
I do miss you guys. I just haven't been able to be there, unfortunately. And then with getting little girl ready again for showing, it's been a whole thing. So we have a big show in North Carolina in the fall. That was like 35 Valhounds or something last year. We had a lot, which was bigger than the entry for French Bulldogs at that show, and they were having their specialty. So there were a lot of Valhounds there, and typically at shows, I need to go out of my way and find shows with people there so that the show's worth it for us to go to. So it's, you know, a big deal when you have, you know, 5-point majors in both genders. All right, Pickle, you got me. I haven't been keeping up too. I'm just teasing you. But yeah, no, I haven't really had the time to sit around on Discord too much either. And I have the channel muted because people get chatty and then my phone dies in like 30 seconds. So I haven't been around, man. Sorry. Bad admin. Moderator, whatever. Good times, good times. Yeah, I found the curator's rifle on my solo run finally too. It was just like it was like behind a rock on a body. Just chilling in the snow. So the dog show that we do, those ones, we do the confirmation shows. Confirmation is basically like the judge judges the way your dog looks structurally against other dogs, because it's like basically showing breeding stock. So you're trying to see which ones are worth breeding. For Valhounds, the breed was almost extinct like 100 years ago or something. So they brought them back from like 5 breeding individuals to now we're up in the thousands. So we actually work with UC Davis with their genetics department, and we send them DNA samples, and that's how we go about doing breedings, is by whose genomes match the best. So we have a nice breeding program. There's a couple breeds that do it with UC Davis. I think there's about 60 breeds that do it, just because you want to make sure you're breeding the best individuals, but part of that is also doing the confirmation shows. Because you don't want to breed dogs, you know, if you don't have a dog that wins in quite a few generations, then you don't want to breed them. I may. She's got pretty unique. She's got a pretty unique genome. And her mom and her dad are both champions. I think her dad's actually a grand champion. So we might. We're gonna see. I need to get her the rest of her health testing back. That's another big thing I'm waiting on. Her mom, because she was so unique, they did breed her anyway, despite her having some issues with her hip X-rays. The doctor at the time did think, though, that it was probably an injury and not hereditary, because when we do hips on these guys, we have to wait until they're 2 years old. So I need to do her hip testing and do Um, I have to do retinopathy testing as well. This breed has an issue where they carry the genes for retinopathy. So even though that's not a total disqualifier at this stage because we're still bringing them back, we're starting to try to get away from breeding dogs that have retinopathy. So depending on if her hips are good or excellent and her retinopathy comes back, even if she's affected, if we can find her a male that's clear or a carrier, we may still breed, just because that's still kind of the stage we're at with this breed. We're eventually hoping to get into only breeding clear, but we're not finding at this stage that, boring dogs hawk, that retinopathy is actually coming out as disease, but they do carry the gene for it. We don't really have any blind dogs that are blind from retinopathy. Um, we have them, they're blind from old age, but we can't prove for sure that it is from the retinopathy. It's kind of that whole causation versus, would we have gotten it anyway? So until we get to the point where we have more varied um, genes, we kind of have to play the game of, is it worth potentially having an issue here just so we can get it out? And every breeder I know will disclose that they do the retinopathy testing before they place dogs, just so that owners know that there is a small possibility, but it's really hard. Most of the breeders that I have at least a single affected dog in their breeding population because the clears are just so rare right now. We'd actually probably pigeonhole ourselves into inbred dogs that have clear eyes, which we don't really want either. So, but yeah, no, that's what they do. They actually, the guy can actually pull Siren up in. It's called the program's called Better Bred, and you can look at the different breeds. We send DNA swabs to UC Davis, which is one of the universities here. UC Davis does the genetic testing panel, sends us back results, and then uploads it to Better Bred. So I can actually take Siren, pull her up, and pull up another male, and compare them side by side, and the program does all of the math to say this is a good match, this is maybe a bad match, stuff like that. And then we can also trace back, there's a whole website for Valhound pedigrees, so we can actually trace them back as well too. It's kind of lame for people that don't really get into dog stuff, but it's a big part of my life, so I will talk about it. But so there's people still having some issues placing puppies right now because of the pandemic and the recession. So unless it seems like that picks up again, I wouldn't breed her just because I don't think we need to at this stage. Would it be nice to? Sure, but I also don't want to be producing dogs that I can't place because that just means I'm going to end up keeping all of my puppies. So because responsible breeders understand that if they can't place their puppies, they have to keep them. So, yeah, and I mean, most breeders aren't actually making a profit. Most, I would say, reputable breeders, by the time they do all the health testing and stuff, they're not really turning a profit on puppies. So, it's, especially for our breed, it's conservation more than anything. Same reason the zoos breed. I mean, within reason. So, they're fun dogs. I mean, I love having them. I think. Hi, puppy. Just standing there. That wolf nags me always. Oh, we have 91 shots. We're shooting this guy. Get out of here. For some reason, I didn't think we had too many bullets here. Just sucks because I've worked on both sides of the fence where it's like the veterinary community says breeders are bad because you have a significant amount of breeders that are bad and lazy and cheap. But you also have equally as many breeders that are willing to drop $5 or $6 grand and do a C-section at the first suggestion from their veterinarian. So it sucks. That wolf there, yeah, he's a jerk. Bella said that wolf almost killed her during the challenge. That wolf literally gets me every time. And every time I spawn here on Interloper, he's waiting right there for me to jump on me. So, he's a jerk. But, One of the girls. So I actually do. We have a Swedish Valhound club, so like an AKC club that we're working on getting authenticated. And one of the girls in the club with us, her female just had a litter of puppies, but she passed I think two, and then needed a C-section emergently, so they had her in and they rushed her in that day. Mom's doing good, babies are doing good. They didn't lose anybody, thankfully, so I think she's got 4 or 5 healthy puppies. So all is well in the world. But I think she needed a C-section her first pregnancy as well. So she said that I think they spayed her when they had her under for C-section. They might not have spayed her yet because I think they wanted to show her more. But I think they're planning to spay her if they didn't. I don't remember if she said. But it's one of the girls that she shows, and I don't think she's finished her yet. So in order for you to show a dog, they have to still be intact. So, and once you spay dogs, it changes their coat and stuff too. So makes them a little bit more difficult to finish. So when I say finish, I mean you get points when you compete in dog shows. So if you beat X amount of dogs, you get points. For Valhounds, it depends between breeds. So with Valhounds, you get it's 1 point per dog that you beat. So if I take Siren against her brother and she beats her brother, she would get a point, and vice versa. If I take Siren and there's 4 other dogs, including her, so if there's 4 dogs total, she would get 3 points if she beat them. So you need to get 2 majors, so 2 major wins. The major win, I think it's up on the step. The last couple times I've been here, the recipe's been on the step.
Too heavy to carry.
2 major wins, so major wins are 4 or more dogs. Here it is, right here. So here's the fish cakes recipe. It's the first time I've had it spawn here, but under the lockers right here. There we go. So AKC doesn't have like an altered
I'll take it.
category, but UKC does. So you can still show them, you just can't show them AKC. I guess we should take that stuff. Just pull it out of the locker at least. For those of you that haven't found it there, the fish cakes recipe can also spawn on the stairs here. I think it usually spawns on one of these top ones here, if you don't have it there on your playlist. So they put it in kind of a sneaky spot. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody about my boring dog stuff. My wife, her eyes glaze over when I start talking dogs. When we were in Disney on our honeymoon, we actually met up with one of the women that actually has Siren's brother. It lives in Florida. So they came to Disney Springs and had dinner with us. Well, about 2 minutes into the conversation, her husband also likes talking about dog stuff too. Not as much as we do, obviously, but he likes to tune in and stuff. And I could just see the 3 of us were talking, and Kat's eyes were like super glazed over. She was like not paying attention, and I was like, I looked at Christy, who has Kirby, and I was like, we should stop talking about dog stuff before my wife beats me. She started laughing, and Kat started laughing, of course, but Kat loves Siren, but gets bored when we start talking about dog stuff, because we can go on tangents for hours talking about dogs. So it's a good time. I'll have to put a video up of Siren and Cricket on my channel. Just do a little short with them. We have 2 dogs. We have Siren, who is my showgirl, and we have Cricket, who Cricket is my not super well bred but very cute golden retriever. So we got him before we knew how to suss out a good breeder. We thought we had found a good breeder, and we found out he was an Amish puppy, so. But he was the last one from his litter, and he was pretty pathetic, so we took him home. He's cute, though. He's a good boy. He tries. He's not super smart, but he's pretty cute. So we'll have to put some videos up of them. My house is pretty crazy. We have 2 dogs, a cat. Cat's name is Toast. And then I have a gecko. I have a gargoyle gecko named Pandora. So she's pretty cool. She's nocturnal though, so we don't see her very much. I don't want to have to walk back out here.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
We're gonna have to drop some of this stuff, but I don't want to have to come back to this lighthouse. It's an annoying hike to get back up here. So carry it with us. I'm gonna leave all this firewood at the Riken. But yeah, so Siren is actually from a litter of 10? She's a big litter. So we have her, obviously. One of her brothers stayed in Florida. Another one went to... Where did they all get placed? So they actually brought 9 of the puppies to my house. One of her sisters stayed with her breeder. So there's 2 in Florida from that litter. They came up to me. We have Siren. They actually left 7 of them with us when they took the others up, because I know her friend actually from ARC, ironically enough. Make it a small world, why don't we? Her breeder is a friend I found on ARC that actually got me into the breed and actually got me into dog showing. So I want to talk about coincidences, or if you do or don't believe in them. She's actually one of my best friends now, so I mean, it's not great that her mom had 10, but it's not... She did fine. We can't really pick how many they have, so... Her mom notoriously has bigger litters, so... she had 2 that went up to New York. 3, maybe, in New York? No, 2 in New York, 1 in Massachusetts. 1 went all the way up to Canada. 1 went... to Connecticut, I think? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So she was actually the runt of her litter, but Justina was able to actually hand nurture her for the first few days and help her along. Once she got a little bit bigger, though, they were fine. It was just the first few days. If you have a breeder that's really good about watching their puppies and stuff, she easily could have died, but she didn't, thankfully. So she's my little runt puppy. I actually watched her grow up, and she was the one I was hoping that Justina was going to say we could have. But we were looking for a very specific dog. We were looking for someone that we could show that had a good personality. So luckily she fit that bill. But if she didn't, it would have been okay. But Magic, who is Siren's mom, Magic had 3 litters total. She's now waiting to get spayed. She's going to get spayed soon. Her first litter, I believe, was 8. Her second litter was 10, and her third litter was 8, I think, as well. 2 of Siren's brothers actually live in New Jersey with us. One of them is a full brother. The other is a half brother. All from mom. And then their dad actually has a lot of children, a lot of very successful children, so, and has sired and grandsired quite a few dogs, so it's actually kind of cool if you like genetics and stuff like that. It's cool to go back and look through the pedigrees and stuff, see who was bred to who. We have the lines that we play around with, well, play around with is the wrong term, but the lines that we use are actually from the UK. So we work alongside with breeders from other countries to import and export dogs to keep our breeding lines as clean as we can. There's always, obviously anytime you're trying to breed for traits, there'll be a little bit of line breeding, but most times we try to stay away from it where we can. My Justina actually just imported a dog from Australia, and she's exporting a dog to Australia. So it's nice because the dogs actually look different too. My friend Louise actually just imported a dog from Finland, and she actually looks really different from everything that we have here. They have longer coats. She's really, really dark. She's a very pretty dog. So, sorry. I'll stop talking about dog show stuff. It's a topic I can keep talking about. I know it gets a little boring, so. My wife tells me all the time it's boring, so. We're gonna leave all this coal here because. Oh, okay. All right. What did we just do? Hold on. Yeah, go grab them. I honestly have not been able to find that yet, but
Can't this anymore.
we'll go up and grab it. I always like to see what's up on deck anyway. So, some more coal. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna leave the scrap metal that we have in our pocket here too. No reason to take it with us. Is that a fire starter? No, antibiotics. Cool. I know it's out by the process. It's supposed to be out by Hibernia, but the last time we tried to find it when we were here. Oh, actually, did we get the key before? We must not have. No, because we've never been here. Okay. I don't know then. We'll go look. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? We actually went tubing 2 weeks ago. That was fun. Bunch of us we rented we rented some tubes and went tubing down the river, taking Jello shots and drinking ourselves silly. We had a designated driver, don't worry, but it's a good time. Like 20 of us went, so we each had each car had a designated driver, but I must have missed it, or there was a glitch or something. I looked all over those train cars before because I thought somebody had said that they were on the train cars. We'll have to try to find them. We're here. We'll look. Is this a shell casing? Oh, it is. No, it's a rifle cartridge. That's awesome. I have fun on the water. The only thing that sucked is I actually had, and this was also part of the reason I wasn't live streaming, I was miserable so far this month. I ended up with, we were pulling some weeds on the 4th of July with my neighbor, and I somehow got poison ivy on my arm, and it was not great because apparently I'm still very allergic to poison ivy. I haven't had it for like 10 or 15 years now, probably closer to 20, and I ended up needing antibiotics because we were like 2 weeks in and it was still moving, like spreading on my body. It was bad. So I ended up on steroids, and they almost had to put me on an antibiotic because my arm was getting infected. So fun stuff. But I showered multiple times. In the States, there's this stuff called Zanfel that pulls all of the oil out of the poison ivy out of your skin, keep it from spreading. And I had showered with that like 3 or 4 times. I was like so itchy, I was miserable. That was the big reason I haven't been around for a while. It's because I was dealing with that. And I would be sitting here scratching myself raw, or sitting here trying not to scratch myself raw, because it was everywhere. It started on my left arm, and then it ended up, I must have touched between my knees because it like rubbed between my knees. So it was like on the side of my knees. It was on my back. It was starting to get like up underneath, like on my stomach. It started creeping up towards my chest, and I was getting really worried. So that's when I went to the doctor because it just kept getting worse. And I was like, Doc, it's been like 2 weeks. I've washed everything I can think of that I might have touched. Like, I scrubbed everything that I could think of. And I was wearing gardening gloves when we were pulling weeds, so it must have just been, I must have rubbed against it with my arm. And apparently my wife is immune, so, because she didn't break out at all. So. No, I probably don't have anything for the tower. I do back at Quonset Hut, but I forgot there was a tower here, so I will, well, we can come back to this tower. It was pretty awful because I was using lotion that had oatmeal in it. The wife has some eczema sometimes, so we have lotion that has the eczema stuff in it. So it's got oatmeal and it's got some stuff for dry skin, for the extra dry skin that I was using. Just nothing was helping. It was awful. So it's all good. We're healing now. Got some, I might have a couple scars, unfortunately, from scratching, but I deserve it. For a while, I was worried I had shingles because it wasn't getting better, and then it started blistering, and Kat was like, that looks like poison ivy. So, and I was like, nah, there's no way it's poison ivy. Last time I had poison ivy, it, like, blew up everywhere, all over my body. And then this time, it didn't blow up all over my body as quickly as it did the first time, but it just didn't leave. And I went to my doctor, and she was like, yeah, it's probably, at this point, passing around systemically, so you probably just need some help now. So, a week and a half of steroids. I have to say, prednisone tastes like crap. I didn't realize how bad prednisone was until I accidentally let it dissolve in my mouth a little bit while I was like running around trying to find something to drink. It was gross. And then I looked at my dog and I was like, wow, I'm really sorry I made fun of you that one time. Because this stuff tastes awful. It's the worst. Ugh. And then it messed with my stomach for the first like week. It just was miserable, all of it. No, mine was bad. My entire body was itchy. Like I was, even though it wasn't all over my body, I was itchy literally everywhere. I was like scratching myself raw. And then it was to the point where I was like going crazy sitting here because nothing was working. I tried taking, like I tried all of the lotions I could. The Zanfel stuff would help a little bit. But then because I was touching it, that's like the fourth pry bar I found in this area. It literally, it was so bad. It was awful. Like I usually have a pretty high tolerance for pain and like annoyance like that, and I just like I almost went to urgent care because of how uncomfortable I was. And for me, that's a big deal because urgent care cost me like $100 for a copay. But I ended up like this third Sunday of the month. This month, I like texted my boss and I was like, I need to work from home today because I need to go to my doctor. So I stayed home that day and my doctor was able to fit me in. And she was like, yeah, that's gross. We'll get you some antibiotics.
This
So
stuff will come in handy.
all better now, for the most part. To be fair, I was also being stubborn because I really didn't want to get put on steroids. Because last time I was on steroids was for my wisdom teeth and it made me crazy. So, not like roid rage crazy, but it made me like, I don't know. I was like antsy the whole time I was on it. This time hasn't been so bad. But I'm almost done with that now too. So, I don't think I have anything for this, but let's see. No. Okay, I don't have anything. We'll come back for that, because I have at least 2 fuses back at Quonset Hut. We'll probably find 1 or 2 in here. There's usually some wire in here too. So we'll add whatever we can find to here. There's probably a car battery nearby. I know I definitely don't have a car battery. So some people, poison ivy, it's not a big deal, but it's like any other allergen. The more you get exposed to it, the more severe reaction people tend to start having. So like the first time you get stung by a bee, you might have a an allergic reaction. Or, you know, not have an allergic reaction, but the second time you might break out in hives. That's kind of the same idea. A lot of times with like vaccine reactions, we'll see that like if a dog doesn't always react the first time, but they could still be allergic to it. When they get it the second time, their body freaks out because now they have the antibodies against it. So it's kind of, I think, a similar thing. Your immune system goes into like overdrive, trying to fight whatever it is. I guess. I don't. I'm sure Pickle could give the more accurate
I'll take it.
details for that, but that's the way I used to describe it to owners. Kind of breaks it down a little bit. Finding a lot of clothes. You know, like I physically can't carry these. It's part of the reason we can't move, because I have all this stuff in my pocket. Oh, it's the, okay. Alright, let's see what we can find. There's a fuse. One down, 2 to go. Still really heavy. What else can I get rid of here? Drop that. Oh, we've been carrying that jerry can around. That's not helping. It's like 7 pounds. We're also tired. Almost time to sleep. We can read that book tonight. Nothing. Okay.
I'm so tired.
I wish if you like looked at the bottom one, it would automatically search the entire tower. Just take longer. Be pretty cool. Or have like a, if I hold down the button, it searches all. Something. That would be cool. See if our friend down here has anything good on him. Oh, was that 100% torch?
Nobody needs this
Is
anymore.
worth it. There's some accelerant on the floor down there. There's a second fuse on that table. Scrap. Some wood. Scrap's the last thing I'm worried about in here because we can easily break a bunch of stuff down. And I think I have a wire back at Quonset Hut. I don't know if I have 2, but I have 1. This is a jerry can.
I'll take it.
Another sneaky one. I'm gonna have lantern fuel for days. On my playlist, there was a battery over here somewhere too. Maybe they moved it on this one. That's just that pallet clipping. Okay. Take this back and check it by the burn barrel. There's a wire there, just saw. So that's one wire. I think we need two. I think it's 2 wires and 3 fuses is what you need. There's a box back there. We could break all that stuff down and go back there, but to be honest with you, that box probably isn't worth it. And I'm not going to do it right this second anyway. Can we go back in this corner? I don't think so. Nothing. Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Got a safe here. There's probably nothing in it, but let's take a look. $50.51, okay. Really? Really? 46. It's the longest I've ever had. Ugh. I guess it was worth it. 50, 51, 46. Let me make you turn it the most times. Matches, sewing primer. Here's a fuse there. Can we find another wire? There's a lot of revolver ammo in here. Another one.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Is that like that's like the most I've ever had on a safe. I've never had them be that far apart. And there's the battery. Okay. Well, the battery can stay down here. I don't actually think I could move even if I wanted to with it.
Barely walk with this much gear.
We have to fill our lantern, but we have plenty of fuel, so let's do that. So we have half a gallon of fuel still. I was gonna turn this off to save for fuel, but I think we're good to use it for right now. I have found a distress pistol in this corner a few times, if you guys are ever looking for one. In this corner, by where these bunk beds are, I found them a few times there. I had a playlist that I could not find them anywhere, and I found one there finally. So... seems like we're going to be one short on wires, which sucks. Yeah, there's nothing really up here. Okay. Maybe there'll be one out in the snow. Perhaps. Okay. We are exhausted. So So let's sleep for 2 hours, and then we'll read for 2 hours. Okay. And we picked up a few books. Let's read these sewing primers. We can get 2 hours.
Oh, rest suit.
Nah, we're gonna get an hour. It's gonna kick us out before the second. Yep. Darn. Okay. We should be able to read more in the morning, I hope. Cool, cool. Eat some of this roughage. We'll save the peaches, because there's recipes that use the peaches. Sure, let's eat the dog food. Fantastic. Food, water, all that jazz. We can sleep for a couple more hours. Cool, now it's light up. Oof. Alright, we're gonna take this battery out to the transmitter, and then we'll go look for that memento hint. Since I have you guys here to help me find it. Okay, at least want to take this battery outside. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, not enough coffee. Only on my first cup. And then we'll go up there on the way back. There's probably just food up there. We don't really need it right at this moment. It would take us 20 minutes to walk up there. At our current weight. I really hate carrying car batteries. They're kind of the bane of my existence. It's not too bad if you can break them down, but they're like 30 pounds. It's insane. And we've got about 15 minutes before I have to hop off and get ready for work. Because I gotta let the dogs out and refill my coffee and get some water and the things. I should make myself breakfast. Alright, we are gonna drop this battery right here because I'm done with it. So we'll drop the battery, that, and the 3 fuses. Much better. Okay. So these train cars here, Bella, or over there? They're more that way, more. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. I definitely looked here before and it was not here last time because I was like looking all over these. I was like crouching underneath. It's a whole thing. There we go. So that key that we found on the Riken gave us some flares. Cool. That was anticlimactic. Okay, well, we found them. Cool, cool, cool. What else is here? There's that mine down that way we could go to, but there's not typically a whole lot in it. I think we looted... Is this a single trailer? We need to loot the single trailer. And then... We could get out of here, but I'll probably wait until the next episode to walk out of here. Because it'll take me too long to get back. I'll have to get ready for work before then. So, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to walk back off camera or on camera to Coastal? Or do you want to see and hang out? I don't mind either way. I might be able to stream again tomorrow morning, especially if Usual is not streaming. I might take advantage of the open time that I have and live stream again tomorrow morning. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to walk back on camera or do you want me to do it in between? I probably won't miss much, but if you guys want the whole experience, that's fine too. Alright, we'll do it together then. Why not? Toast, if you touch my coffee, that's war. My cat every once in a while now wants to stick her head in my coffee cup. I don't know why. That's fair. It is a shorter walk. Okay. Because if he's not going to be live tomorrow, I might go live again in the morning. I've been waking up early again, so let's grab our stuff out of here. But if that's the case, we'll call it a day here then. I will plop down the old bedroll. Might break some of these clothes down and read off camera, but I'll wait to walk back until we're back together again. And then we might leave some of that cloth here, but at least we'll break it down. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. It was really nice to see everybody, and we will see you guys in the next one. Where are we at? Let's look at some stats real quick before we log off. So we are on day 109. Our stats right now, we're carcass harvesting 4, we're cooking 5, fire starting 3, ice fishing 2, we clearly have not done much fishing, rifle firearm 3, archery 3, revolver 4, and then gunsmithing 1. So, good times. And then the recipes that we found so far, we have camber flight porridge, briar house pie, coastal fish cakes. So, we're doing pretty good. But next one, we'll get on out of here and then we'll see what we want to do next. Later. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already and consider commenting what you want to do next. Bye, guys.